Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
There are many reasons why 96% of First Tennessee customers would recommend us. Here are a few.
Well, what I love about First Tennessee is that everybody knows me when I walk through the door.
They actually get excited when they see you walk into the branch, and I love that.
They can't stop me from singing the praises of my bank.
Would I go anywhere else? Absolutely not.
I'm a 96.
I'm a 96.
I'm a 96.
Are you a 96?
Come see why 96% of our customers would recommend us.
Good morning to you and welcome back to the Murphy Center on the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Continued coverage of the Class AAA quarterfinal round, as this morning it's a packed house on one side of the arena. You know, a local Rutherford County school is playing in the opener. It's the Blackman Blaze making their first appearance at the state basketball tournament. They're 26-3 on the season. They take on Memphis East High School, the Mustangs out of Memphis, who are making their first trip to the state tournament since a great team back in 1996 that involved one of the best players they have had, and one of the best players at the University of Tennessee, and Tony Harris, and he's actually on the staff for Memphis East, the Mustangs across the way. Alongside Jeff Jordan, Chris Harris with you. Good morning to you. Lots of traffic around the Murphy Center today, but good weather, great weather, in fact, and another good day for basketball.
It is a good day, and we've got a great game to start off the AAA this morning. Of course, yesterday we had the final two games, and I guess we'll be going over those scores a little bit later as to who's still in it. But this is Blackman's first time here. This is their first time ever to be in this gymnasium to play a basketball game, and I'm sure they're very excited. The coach, Barry Workman, who was at Laverne and then Moorhead State and then now Blackman, had Laverne within a basket, Chris, of getting here once, and they lost it in the last few seconds, and he went on to coach some college, and now he's at Blackman, and he's got him here and they're excited at Blackman, and they're out of school. So they're filling up almost 3.5 sections.
Yeah, if they were in school, nobody would be there.
Nobody would be.
I tell you what, last week, I know the local paper kind of got on the crowd that was here from Riverdale. If the challenge was issued again this week, Blackman's come through in flying colors. There's a lot of people here for Blackman.
Yes, and the Riverdale crowd was way down on the first night, but the second time they played, and of course the championship round, they put in a very good appearance, very loud and so forth, and the girls went ahead and won it for them, so that was great. But this is Boys Week, and we've got some great basketball all week at all levels.
We'll take a timeout, our first break on the TSSAA network. When we return, we'll take a look at what happened all day yesterday at the Blue Cross Basketball Championships. We'll take our first timeout, a 2-minute network break on the TSSAA network.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee Public Television stations, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships.
I see history.
I see numbers.
I see music. I see spaceships. I see a butterfly.
Each year, the School Advocates for Vision and Education in Memphis makes it possible for hundreds of school children to get the glasses they need, all for free.
I see my future.
So whatever they see better. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee supports them. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee.
I see you.
See how Blue Cross is impacting your community at bcbst.com/impact. Because you can see forever from Signal Mountain. And with the right vision plan, you can see a whole lot more. Because 5 kids in Jackson means 40 bicuspids at the dentist. Because of a mobile site that helps you find a doctor. Because of small towns, big businesses, and partnering together for affordable solutions in health and wellness. Every policy tells a story. You carry us because we carry you. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Health, wellness, dental, vision.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the TSSAA network, go to TSSAAnetwork.com/SBP.
Back at the Murphy Center, a very nice crowd wearing orange as Murfreesboro Blackman takes on Memphis East in the opener of 6 games today, quarterfinal games. I haven't really figured out if I like the new format, going AA, AAA, back to single A and rotating each year, but it's a little bit of a change.
It is a change. I personally, and that certainly didn't ask me, I don't really care one way or another. But most of the comments that I have gotten in the last couple of weeks has been positive. People seem to like it all right, so it's okay.
Yesterday in AA action, Mitchell knocked out Falcoa. Liberty was a winner over Chattanooga Howard. Liberty Mitchell play at 10 o'clock on Friday. Stone Memorial was a winner over Livingston Academy. Stone Memorial takes on a very impressive CPA squad. CPA knocked out Spring Hill 82-62, and they'll play at 11:45 a.m. on Friday. So the 2 semifinals set in AA, Mitchell Liberty and Stone Memorial and CPA. Class AAA, 2 games that were played yesterday. It was Clarksville over Cherokee. Clarksville takes on Memphis Central. That game will be played at 1:30 on Friday. Those are the semifinals that are set. And, of course, the rest of this AAA bracket, Blackman, Memphis East getting set to play in about 5 minutes. And Wilson Central taking on Science Hill. What's your thoughts over this AAA bracket?
Well, first of all, I was just thinking while you were reading all those scores and everything, how many of these teams, their girls' team were also here. I mean, I think you named about 5 of them. And, of course, CPA girls won it the first time ever here. This is a strong AAA bracket, as boys basketball always is. And Memphis, I'm sure, one of these 2 Memphis teams is probably going to be in the hunt to the end. They almost always are. How Blackman will react to being on the floor for the first time here, I have no idea, but I do know this. This Blackman team is in shape. They're magnificently coached. They can run all day, and they got a number of really fine players, including Darius Thompson, whose passing and assist and rebounding and team leadership is as important as his 13 points a game. Now, East, you know them better than I do, but I certainly can read. And I know that Nick King and Matthew Butler are scoring about 20 each. One of them, I think Butler has 16 a game, and King about 21 a game. They're a load.
5 in double figures on averages for Memphis East. And Nick King, I think there's about 100 D1 schools that are sleeping in his backyard to try to get him to commit to their school.
Chris, you'd be interested in this, I think. Blackman got here by shooting a technical in the last few seconds into the region finals. And then in the sectional game as well, a technical with 0.5 of a second left. And here they are. There are a lot of ways to get here.
As long as you're here, it doesn't matter. We'll take a 2-minute local break. Back in 2 minutes on the TSSAA network.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee public television stations, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships.
Hey, want to take a look at this?
Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Welcome back to the Murphy Center. Great crowd from Murfreesboro, Blackman here. Of course, Memphis East making the almost, well, I guess nearly 5-hour trek from Shelby County. Memphis East, kind of hard to believe, Jeff, you know, a team like Memphis East. And, of course, if you get out of Memphis and you see the teams they beat to get here, Melrose and Southwind, two teams that were, well, Southwind was supposed to have Darnell Stokes, who's now playing at Tennessee, and Memphis Melrose, who was one of the highest-rated teams in the state of Tennessee. To get out of Memphis, it's something. And the first time they've been here since '96.
And that's unusual right there. I think that it's been over about 15, 16 years since they've been here. But the Mustangs are well known, but you're right about the city of Memphis. Some great talent comes out of there. And a lot of times, as you are aware, teams get to Murphy Center with 6, 7, 8 losses.
Yep.
East has 9,
yep.
and that doesn't mean a thing because they got most of those 9 against competition that could easily be here as well.
Tell you what, Memphis East was a part of that Penny Hardaway Hoop Fest tournament that was going on in Memphis that involved Oak Hill Academy and Chicago Simeon and Our Savior out of Maryland. All teams rated in the top 15. This team beat Our Savior out of Maryland. And those teams playing Oak Hill and Chicago Simeon very, very close.
You don't think there were any coaches, any college coaches in the stands, do you?
Man, well, I saw some of those, and I saw Coach K and Cunzo Martin and Roy Williams, all of them there. But for Blackman, this home court advantage, and I mean, this is a team that's really feeling it right now. They've had some really great luck the last few weeks. You mentioned about the technical fouls to get here. It doesn't matter how you get here. They got here. They won some games. They're playing on their home court. That gives them a huge advantage.
Oh, I think so, although this is their home city for sure. And generally speaking, the Blackman squads have an excellent cheering section no matter who they're playing or where. But certainly at home. And there's nobody in school. That's pretty clear.
Let's catch the starting lineup from our public address announcer.
And forward for Blackman, number 1, Quindell Cousin. And forward for the Mustangs, number 5, Nick King. In the backcourt for the Blaze, number 2, Alec McMillan. And a guard position for East, number 11, Matthew Butler. The point guard for Blackman, 15, Darius Thompson. And forward for East, 22, Keelan Lawson. At wing for the Blaze, number 35, Damian Sales. And at forward for the Mustangs, 23, Irvin Morris. At post for Blackman, 42, Terrence Smotherman. Head coach for Memphis East High School is Samuel Batchelor. Mustangs our 20-9.
Blackman head coach is Barry Wortman. The Memphis East head coach Samuel Batchelor. What matchups are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, I'm looking forward to certainly seeing if East can slow down Thompson, who's a great passer, fine rebounder. Plays two guard, but frankly, when the going gets tough, he's the point. And we'll see Blackman is going to have to hit the boards to keep all second chances away from Memphis East as possible. They're good and strong. They can jump. And, of course, as we mentioned, they're all averaging double figures. And one player, King, averaging 21. It's very difficult to average 20 points a game.
Of course, you know when coaches turn in stat sheets, they might fib a little bit. But according to this, he's averaging 21 and 16. 16 rebounds per contest.
It really, and the 21's impressive. But 16 rebounds, Chris,
yeah.
I mean, that's huge, isn't it?
Morris wins the tip for Memphis East. It'll be Alex Anderson. That's the one starter you missed from the introductions. He has the basketball. Gives it left side for Matthew Butler. Bounce pass goes left baseline to the freshman Lawson. Back outside Butler. Top of the circle to Alex Anderson. Alex Anderson over to Butler. He'll fire a three. Out front iron, no good. Here's a rebound by Thompson and by Blackman. Driving the other way. Driving layup, no. Tip, no good. Rebound East. Coming away with it is Anderson. Anderson in backcourt. He'll walk it across the timeline. Left side over to Butler. Bounce pass goes into the corner. Driving baseline. Spinning. Trap. Looking for help. This is the freshman Lawson. Fires from 15. No good. Rebound picked up by Thompson and Blackman. Long pass ahead. Easy layup is good by Cousin. Like that transition.
They run the floor well, and they're in shape, Chris. You're going to be impressed by their conditioning.
Anderson bounce pass over to the left side to Butler. Back to Anderson, top of the key. Free throw line. Lawson, lob underneath. Now Nick King with it. He's grabbed from behind by Cousin. That'll be our first foul of the ball game.
Blackman opened in a 2-3 zone, and really Blackman has not been on offense long enough to see what Memphis is going to run, but I think it's going to be man. It looked like man the first time down, but it's only a few seconds, so couldn't really tell.
Lawson sets to throw it in. Lob comes in for King in the paint. Left-handed layup is good. He hung in the air, got the layup to fall with that kiss.
And they're going to press Memphis is right away, but it's going to be pretty lazy press, looks like, with no traps.
Mike Miller spins across the timeline, top of the circle, left wing. Pass goes to Sales. He'll fire a three and hit. He has a great story. He broke his ankle not long ago.
Yes, he did, and he's come back, and I think shooting the ball better.
Butler out front to Anderson, 5-2. Blackman on top, underneath King. Pump fakes, draws contact. And heading to the free throw line will be the junior. Rated by Rivals.com as the 12th best junior in the country.
Josh Mayer is going to come in for Cousins. That's Cousins' second foul. I said he's going to come in for him. I assume that he is. When he picked up that foul number 2, he jumped off the bench right away.
Left-hander Nick King at the free throw line, up and good with the first. He'll have another. Josh Mayer checks in, the sophomore, averaging 2.3 points per contest. 5-3 is your score. Memphis East trailing Blackman by 2. Second free throw, no good. Mayer skies for the rebound, goes to the floor. Oh, wow, he called for a travel.
Tough call. Mayer did come in for Cousins between the free throws.
So East will get it back here. Lawson to trigger it in. Comes underneath to King. Spins. May have gotten away with the travel. No, he didn't get away with it. A turnover gives it back to Murfreesboro Blackman.
Memphis East knows where the basket is, don't they, Chris? And then they attack it.
5-3, Blackman on top with the basketball here.
This press looks a little more serious, and it is man.
This is Darius Thompson, who walks it across the timeline. Picks up the dribble.
His father played here.
Gives it right side to Sales, who knocked down the three earlier. Chest pass to McMillan over on the left side. McMillan dribbles back up to the top of the circle. Pressured out front. Dribbles right wing, lost his footing. And called for the travel. 5:52 to play first quarter. I think there might be a little nerves.
Maybe. I would think so. Neither one of these teams, Blackman's never been here, and of course none of these players for East have ever been here either.
Morris out front to Butler. Butler steps into the free throw line. Good pass to King down low. He has it stripped. Picked up underneath, though, by Butler. His shot no good. Lawson had it stripped. Back out front. King gets it back. Gives out Butler for three. In and out, no good. Rebound picked up by Morris. It was kind of like, look what I found, and he puts it back up and in.
He slapped around the other side of the basket and came across and landed right in his hand. He just laid it in the hole.
Both these teams are very athletic, and they both like to run. Across comes McMiller. Gives it left side over to Sales. He'll drive, penetrate, spins. Shot no good. But he'll head to the free throw line. But that ball hung on the rim a little bit longer than I thought. It got a nice roll. Almost went in.
Rolled across the back. The Blackman 26 wins this year. And frankly, Chris, a weaker district here. Boys district weaker than girls. Much weaker than girls. East 20-9 out of tough Memphis, and first free throw goes.
We've seen Siegel up here in boys action. They've had some really good teams.
They have. They nearly made it as well. Of course, Oakland, until recently, has been in this tournament numerous times.
Free throws go for Damian Sales. 5 points early on for Sales, who averages 5 a game, so he's already at his average. Here's Alex Anderson in the front court for Memphis East. Over to Butler. Looking down low for King. He has his man posted up. Bounce pass knocked away. And Blackman going to come away with it, I think. Out of bounds off of Alex Anderson of East. Blackman gets it back. Seeing this pressure by Blackman really affect the Mustangs of East.
I think so. They're showing more quickness than they usually show, and they're usually pretty quick.
Thompson in backcourt, guarded by a smaller Anderson as he brings it across the timeline. Gives off left wing to Sales. Top of the circle. Over to Dowdy, who had just checked in. Back to Thompson on the right side, or rather Sales. Left side, back to Thompson. He'll fire the three. Yes!
That's his shot, and that is his spot. He likes that spot right there.
10-5, Blackwood on top. Right wing Butler gives for Lawson. Drives, hangs in the lane. Shot no, but a whistle and a foul called. Lawson, another good freshman. We've seen some really good freshmen so far in this tournament. Saw the Cottle kid a block away from a triple-double yesterday for Howard.
I noticed that in the paper this morning.
Supposedly, college coaches are already drooling over this kid, a freshman. He was already at 6'5". He knocks down the first free throw. 10-6 is your score. Blackman by 4. McMiller back in, the junior, for the Blaze. What's a tough backdrop he's shooting into? Free throw on the way is good. They'll have another.
Rebounds even here in the early going. 3-3.
10-7 is your score. 4:15 to play in the first quarter. Across the timeline, top of the circle, Thompson fires from deep, no good. Rebound putback, though underneath, is up and good. And the putback is good by Smotherman, his first bucket.
He is an excellent workmanlike player underneath the basket. He can get it done.
Out front, top of the circle, this is Anderson. Anderson feeds left baseline. He gets it back now. Pass right wing for Butler. Step in, long two on the way. Front iron, no. Offensive putback, blocked underneath. Here comes Blackman on the offensive. Thompson, lob, down low. Shot Smotherman. It's good. 14-7, Blackman on top. Timeout called by Memphis East. A 30-second timeout. What a start by the Blaze.
Doing a super job, running the floor very well, not letting Memphis East bother them. The only time they've had any real problem, particularly, is in the rebounding department. Even though the number is close, East clearly can, particularly on offense, can rebound.
So a timeout call. 3:31 to play first quarter. It's 14-7. That's your score.
Winner here will play tomorrow afternoon at 3:15, Chris, and that winner will play the winner of we'll play the winner of Clarksville and Memphis Central. Luck of the draw put the Memphis teams in opposite brackets, and if you're in the same region, of course, you've got to be at least one game away.
East with the basketball. This is the senior Alex Anderson, who's heading to Jacksonville State to play his college basketball. And Nick King on the right wing, out front, back to Matthew Butler. Butler dribbles out front, lost the handle, picked up out there by King, though. King bounce pass left side, Anderson in the corner to Lawson. Lawson dumps it off for King. Shot no. Rebound put back is good. Count it. As Morris will head to the free throw line for a chance at that three-point play.
Chris, I think you agree. Officials are letting them play a little bit.
A little bit.
I think we had a foul on the first shot there, and a body foul, and it was ignored. This is one of the largest crowds for a Murfreesboro school at the state tournament. Not this year, but I mean, long time.
Morris at the free throw line, no. Rebound batted around, picked up by Blackman. Here they come with numbers. Pass right wing, Thompson for three, short, no. Long rebound comes down to East. Now Anderson with numbers. He has it stripped from behind, out of bounds. It'll stay with East, but those hands for Blackman, they're very active.
Blackman had a 3-on-1 break here and messed it up. The people were in the wrong lanes, ended up taking a bad shot to get the basket, and of course missed it.
Inbounds comes to Butler, left corner, out front, back to Anderson, right side, Morris. Lob down low for King. The lefty going to go to work. Spins, left-handed scoop up and in.
Boy, he's in close. That guy's tough.
So King the bucket. 3-point game now. 4 in a row now for East. 2:30 to play in this first quarter of play. Long pass down court, intercepted by Morris. Morris drives the right baseline, elevates, looks down low for King. His shot up and in. So King with the bucket. And it's back to a 1-point game now. And here's the press by Memphis East.
East has taken very few shots over 4 feet.
Another steal. Here's King with the basketball to Anderson in the corner. Looks down low. Lawson hands off now for King. They were clustered up. King lost the handle. Gets it back. Out Morris. Into the corner. Butler for three. Front iron no. Rebound is by Smotherman and Murfreesboro Blackman. Blackman with the basketball. Top of the circle. This is McMiller. Out to Thompson. Right side. It goes over to Sales. Out front. Back to Thompson. Look over to his coach, Barry Wortman, to get a call play here. 1:40 to play first quarter.
The timeout for East to get things settled down worked, didn't it, Chris?
Okay, is this a zone that Memphis East is in, or kind of looks like a 2-3?
2-3, yes.
Top of the key, lob down low, Smotherman. Good position, goes up, has it blocked, but he got part of the body as well. They got their choice, either Lawson or Morris here. It is on Morris. Second team foul against Memphis East.
Smotherman to the line. I believe he was all district and all region.
He's a lefty too. We've seen some good lefties in this tournament so far.
True of the girls too.
Yeah,
a lot of left-handers.
Of course, in my day job with pro baseball, if you're a left-hander and you got a pulse, you can be a pitcher. So you see a lot of left-handers continue their career because they're left-handed.
Yeah, my wife told me. I told her that the other night. She's left-handed. She said, well, that means that there are a lot of smart people there.
16-13. Blackman extends the lead. They stop the run by Memphis East. Anderson dribbles into front court. Gives left side over to Morris. Morris into the corner. Lob down low for King. He's trapped. Out to Anderson. Long two on the way. Rimming around. No. Rebound by Blackman. Blackman doing a really nice job on the board.
Yeah, they're hitting him better, too. And Sales jerked that one off.
Dribbling across. This is McMiller. Gives it left wing over to Sales. To the right side. Three on the way. Yes! By Thompson! Knocks down the three under a minute. Butler lost the handle. Ball to the floor. Picked up by Thompson and Blackman. Here come the Blaze in a hurry with numbers. Left side, McMiller. He'll back it back out wisely.
I'd imagine they'll hold for one, and they like Thompson to have it, and he's got it. He's player of the year in the district this year, Chris. All region, all district, and MVP.
And just a junior. Thompson out there, the wiry guard, dribbling out front, guarded by King. Here comes a trap, picks up his dribble in a bad spot. Good pass, though, underneath the Cousin. Layup, reverse, no. 15 seconds, here comes East for the ball. Into front court comes Butler. Top of the circle, Morris. Lob goes down low. King layup good. And it's a 19-15 game, 5 seconds. Thompson, long heave at the buzzer. No! Wow. From 80 feet. That almost went.
It did. You know, we had some long ones in the girls' state, if you recall. As a matter of fact, had two of them from Obion County. One of them about 45 feet and the other one about 40 feet. But at any rate, that was a prayer. But it 2 feet to the right, it's in, isn't it?
It is. We'll take the break. Into the first quarter, 19-15, Blackman on top on the TSSAA network.
I see history.
I see numbers.
I see music. I see spaceships. I see a butterfly.
Each year, the School Advocates for Vision and Education in Memphis makes it possible for hundreds of school children to get the glasses they need, all for free.
I see my future.
So whatever they see better. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee supports them. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee.
I see you.
See how Blue Cross is impacting your community at bcbst.com/impact.
There are many reasons why 96% of First Tennessee customers would recommend us. Here are a few.
Well, what I love about First Tennessee is that everybody knows me when I walk through the door.
They actually get excited when they see you walk into the branch, and I love that.
They can't stop me from singing the praises of my bank.
Would I go anywhere else? Absolutely not.
I'm a 96.
I'm a 96.
I'm a 96.
Are you a 96?
Come see why 96% of our customers would recommend us.
Blackman basketball to start the second quarter of play. McMiller walks it across the timeline, guarded by Anderson, top of the circle. Gives for Thompson between the circles. Now over to Sales, back to Thompson. Deep three on the way. Side rim, no. Rebound pulled down by the Mustangs of Memphis East. 19-15, Blackman by 4. And a backcourt violation. With some contact. They're letting them play, though. No foul call.
Thompson got away with one. He knows it, too.
They're letting them play. I like it. Had a game last night, that Memphis Central game. It was every 10 seconds a whistle.
Yeah, both teams 4 turnovers.
McMiller to Thompson over on the left wing. Guarded heavily out there. Here comes the trap. Dribbles around it towards the right wing, and now a reach going to be called on Morris, and I think that's 2 on Morris. That'll be the team's third.
8 rebounds in the first quarter for Blackman, 9 for the Mustangs.
Those 3 threes were huge as well. For Blackman, they were 3 of 5 from 3, 0 of 3 for Memphis East. Darius Thompson to triggered in backcourt to McMiller, the junior, averaging almost 8 points per contest. Fancy dribble between the circles, gives it left side. Thompson almost lost his footing to the free throw line. Out right side, 3 on the way. Good by Sales. The 4th 3.
7-point lead again. It was 7 earlier, 14-7. Now it's 22-15.
Selman in the game for Memphis East. He has the ball, looks into the corner. Now working to the free throw line. Bounce pass underneath Lawson. His shot short. Put back, no. Tip third time, up and in by the freshman Keelan Lawson. Relentless on the boards that time. Back to 5, 22-17. Blackman on top. McMiller in backcourt. Brings it across the timeline on the far side, the right side of the floor. Up top to Thompson. Outside to Sales. Sales holds the ball above his head and had it knocked away into backcourt. It was touched, though. He brings it back into front court.
They're allowing a lot of hand checking, aren't they?
Indeed. McMiller left side, back to Sales. Gets a screen. Right side, Thompson. He'll get a screen as well. Dribbles free throw line, and a reach going to be called on Selman.
I'm sure Barry Workman and Blackman would just soon have the results of the play, which was a basket by Thompson. He had the wide open lane and scored easily, but the foul had already been called.
A bit of a weave up top with the guards for Blackman.
Yeah, and it's spread out, too. It's side to side.
They'll run what I used to call the freight train, then they'll break out of it now as the ball comes in. Cousin hands it back for Darius Thompson. Thompson Spins behind the back, drives in the lane. Good dump off, dunk, but a whistle and a block before the shot.
Again, I'm sure Barry would rather have the basket. Thompson is an excellent passer, Chris. I mean, he's unquestionably the best passer in the district.
He drew that defender in an excellent dump off underneath. So the foul is called against Memphis East.
The officials conferring, which is never good.
Think on who the foul is on.
Number 35, Jalen Thompson, his first 15 foul.
Foul's going to be on 35, Jalen Thompson, the 6-foot junior.
Creeping up toward the 1-and-1. 4 fouls on Blackman, 5 on the Mustangs of East.
6:05 to play first half. 22-17. Blackman on top in this AAA quarterfinal. Lob comes in Smotherman. He hits the deck hard. And he hits the deck and is called for a travel. Lots of contact there as well.
Sounded terrible, but it, thank goodness, was his wallet.
He popped up fast, didn't he?
He did. It was not his head or shoulders.
That posterior is nice to cushion your fall. Right side, Thompson gives it out front, top of the circle to Selman. Free throw line, Lawson, dump off underneath for King, and he's grabbed from behind. That was an easy call for that official.
If I'm not mistaken, Blackman was in a 1-3-1 that time down.
McMiller charged with the foul.
They won't be on the out-of-bounds play, of course. They'll probably play man through this possession, but we'll check on them the next time they come down.
Throwing it in is Lawson. Lawson waits. Comes into the corner. Thompson back to Lawson. Underneath. Layup too strong. Rebound controlled by Blackman. Good rebound underneath by 35 Sales. Gives to Thompson. Thompson dribbles it across. Up by 5. Blackman with the basketball.
East has decided that Blackman Thompson cannot go left, and so they're overplaying him to the right.
McMiller drives in. Lost the handle. Foul from behind. 2 shots coming for McMiller. That will be on Selman. Quickly, he has 2 fouls since coming into this ball game.
Blackman is one of those teams, Chris, as the first free throw is good, where if you hold down 4 of them, the other guy, no matter who it is, really hurts you. And they have people to step up all year.
Second free throw on the way is good. 24-17, back to the largest lead, which is 7 now for Murfreesboro Blackman.
And it is a 1-3-1 defense. Now they're changing. No, it's still a 1-3-1. They're just switching players around.
Yep. Top of the key, Selman playing with 2 fouls, drives in, a whistle and a travel. No doubt about it.
That was really I don't know about that call. It could have been a charge. He could have been a blocking foul, and he called the travel, got out of it. I guess he did walk as well, didn't he? He did.
It was while contact was happening, but nonetheless, Blackman gets the basketball after the turnover. Here's Thompson in the front court. Right now the pace, Blackman dictating it. Thompson on the baseline. He's trapped, needs some help. Skips it out, top of the circle. Bounce pass back to Thompson in the left corner. He'll spin away from one. Little floater, rimming in and out, no good. Picked up though underneath by Cousin. His shot up and in. 26-17, a 9-point lead for Blackman.
The largest lead of the game for either team, and Cousin just stuck with that offensive board and stuck it back in.
Lawson, skip past Thompson near wing, drives in, scoops, can't score. Battle for the rebound. Blackman coming away with it. Thompson into front court. Across the timeline, right side, Sales for 3. Back iron, no. This place would have erupted if that ball had gone in.
You're right.
King away with it for Memphis East. Top of the circle, free throw line, stops, looks for help. Bounces it out to the backup point guard, which is Selman, the senior. Right side, Thompson for East. Back to Selman, left wing. Dribbles in, now stops. Lost the handle. King comes away with it. He lost it. Here comes Blackman, a 2-on-1. Cousin drives, layup. Yes! Timeout, Memphis East.
Lead is 11 for Blackman.
Relentless are the Blaze turnovers. 5 apiece. Seems like every time East has turned it over, Blackman's turned it into 2 very, very quickly.
Blackman has blocked 3 shots as well. You would expect that to be reversed. East has blocked none. Rebounding, if you look at these two teams, you kind of wonder a little bit, particularly with their reputation, why Blackman is ahead in rebounds. But they are 12-11, which to them, that's a huge victory. And they're shooting it 9 of 16, which, of course, is excellent.
For Memphis East, who's going to help out Nick King? He's got 9 of their 17. Nobody else really stepping up right now for the Mustangs.
And he's shooting poorly, 33%, 7 of 21. And these teams got to get used to the format here of the long breaks.
3:56 to play, first half. 28-17 is your score. Murfreesboro Blackman on top.
Blackman masking the defense. Excuse me, Chris. You notice they're walking around like they're, well, we're not in the 1-3-1. Well, yeah, maybe we are.
Into front court comes
and they are.
Nick Wilson, who checks into the ball game. Bounces it out, top of the circle. Left side, dribbling in. Layup, no. Rebound, bat out of bounds. Last touch by who? We'll go to Blackman. Last touch by Morris.
Yeah, he missed it. I think he did. I think he missed it. But another possession coming up here for Blackman, and the Blaze are trying to break this thing open.
Up by 11 with the basketball here. Darius Thompson in backcourt. Dribbling across the timeline on the near side. Thompson right between the circles. 3.5 to play first half. Behind the back dribble. Got a little bit too fancy. Turns it over. Here comes East with numbers. Driving in. Lefty layup or righty layup by Butler is good. 28-19. Here's the full court pressure after the make by Memphis East. Approaching the 3-minute mark. McMillan across for Blackman. Gives to Sales. Drives in the lane. Stutter steps. Spins. Looks for help. Finds Smotherman on the baseline on the right side. Out front, right wing.
Boy, they don't want Thompson to get the ball, do they?
They are denying him the ball. McMillan drives in, creates contact, and a foul call. And we're to the bonus. Foul's going to be on Butler. 17 fouls now against East. One statistic I noticed about Blackman as a team, they shoot 58% from the free throw line.
You would hope for better, wouldn't you? You like 70%.
Rebound off the miss by Smotherman, but he's calling for a travel. So East gets it back, down 9. Checking in, 14, Andrew Rogan, the junior, for Blackman. Memphis East with the basketball, down by 9. Butler left wing with the basketball. Feeds to Morris, top of the circle. Gives it right wing. Back left side, back to Butler. Butler, as they come out and sort of trap and get out of it. Down low, King, good position, up and in. It's a 7-point game now, 28-21.
Lead has been as high as 11.
Backcourt, McMillan. McMillan across the timeline in between the circles. Trap, looks for help. Pass almost picked off. Gets to Rogan. Rogan back out front to McMillan. Coming to get it now is Sales. Deep left wing. Back to McMillan.
Rogan is looking for back door. I've seen this before.
Cousin dribbles towards midcourt. Almost lost the handle. Gives it back to McMillan. Good dump underneath. Shot up. Rimming around. No. Matto for the loose ball. And a foul, I think it'll be called on Smotherman. Or no, out of bounds off of Smotherman. Oh, it is?
No, you were right. It is their 6th foul. The ball will be out of bounds to East. 28-21. Blackman on top here with a little less than 2 minutes left to go in front of a huge Blackman crowd. And to their credit, there are some folks here from East.
They are.
Yeah, I'd say 40 or 50 people.
5-hour drive or so for those folks in Shelby County. Morris out front. Butler, NBA range 3 on the way. No. Rebound picked up underneath. This by East. Shot blocked. King comes away with it now. His shot no good. Battle for the loose ball. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Boy, Memphis East, lots of short chances. Couldn't get it to go.
No, and Blackman tipping the ball around and even battling for every rebound and throwing their hands up, playing pretty good defense. And East just cannot convert.
28-21. 91 seconds to play in the half.
We may have a bloody nose. Yeah, we do.
Good folks from Baptist Sports and Medicine will...
Irvin Morris has a bloody nose, had to go out.
Take care of that.
He got mixed up in that rebound.
Butler, 3 on the way. Back iron, no. Rebound, Smotherman. The East still looking for their first 3. They're 0 of 5. Minute 20 to play first half. Blackman with the ball, up 7.
Blackman, 4 of 7 in three-pointers, which is excellent.
McMiller between the circles. Dribbles left wing. Stops. Picks up the dribble. Lost the handle. May have been a foul, but they're letting him play.
Absolutely a foul.
Here's Butler as he has it knocked away by Thompson, and it goes into press throw. Almost took out Tom Krieger from the D&J over there.
Local broadcaster down there got a hand on it, but that's the best he could do.
He enjoyed Dan Hughes and the Not Hands team on press row.
To his credit, Joe Holloway got one the other night when I was working with him.
He's on the good hands.
Hey, he was
team.
all over it. That's why you're a former coach right there. You knew what you were doing.
28-21 is your score. Butler right wing for East. Free throw line. Step in. 2. No, it's blocked. King away with it underneath. Spins. Looks out front. 3 on the way. Top of the key. No. Another offensive rebound. Put back is good by Butler. No box outs there.
I know it. I believe the last 2 times down together, Blackman or East has 8 shots. And they finally connected on one.
Here's Thompson, picks up the dribble, now gives from McMiller. Over on the left wing, 20 seconds to play in the first half. 28-23, Thompson left wing, dribbles in. Good dump off underneath the cousin, can't get the short one to go. Got his own miss, up 2, count it! And the foul with 13.7 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Always a good rule to remember, just because a team says they're going to go for one and the coach signals one, that doesn't necessarily mean they're actually going to do that. When he saw a path to the basket, he took it.
That's exactly right. He saw that path open up, and he took it. Chance to make it an 8-point game here. Blackman at the line. Free throw, good. Touched every point on the rim and falls. 31-23, Blackman on top by 8.
Cousin goes out with 2 fouls. Barry didn't want him to get the 3rd one here, and with only 13 seconds left.
With the basketball, Memphis East. They'll bring it down here as a pass right wing to Nick Wilson. Wilson over to King. He lost the handle on it. 6 seconds. Ball tapped out. Last touch, they say, by Blackman's Thompson.
Blackman got excited, Chris. They did exactly right. They got excited and may give up 2 here, where they could be taking the last shot.
4.5 to play in the first half.
Cousin going to come back. I'm surprised.
In foul trouble. Throwing it in. Wilson waits. Bounce pass comes in. Butler, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Lost the handle at the buzzer. No. And 1.5 of basketball for the Blaze of Blackman. 31-23. Blaze lead the Mustangs, and Blackman Nation, you see them if you're watching online, they lead it by 8 at intermission. Halftime coming up next. We're back in 2 minutes on the TSSAA network.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee public television stations, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championship.
Hey, want to take a look at this? Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this. At halftime, Murfreesboro Blackman on top of Memphis East, 31-23. Blackman behind 4 of 7 from three-point land. East shooting just 32%, Blackman 53%. At the end of the first half, they lead it by 8. One of a lot of people here from Blackman High School. Kim Bonata joins us from the Governor's Highway Safety Office. A lot of kids from Blackman here.
A lot of orange in the stands, that's for sure.
Too much orange for my liking.
Mine too.
Governor's Highway Safety Office, again, a sponsor of these TSSAA basketball championships, and it's such a great partnership.
Yeah, it is. Well, we've talked about this for the last 2 weeks, but this demographic, these kids, 15, 16 years old, just now on the roads driving, and then we have all this technology, cell phones, with the texting and the Facebook and the tweeting and the GPS and anything you want on the cell phone, any communication you want on the cell phone you can have. Unfortunately, the kids are taking it with them when they're behind the wheel, so the distractions are incredible. Our emphasis this year at the Governor's Highway Safety Office is on distracted driving, so we're really trying to be proactive to prevent these crashes from happening versus reactive where we have to deal with it after they've occurred. Fatalities have gone down every year for the last 5 years, and we're hoping to continue that trend. However, one death is one death too many.
You're not into the business of scaring people, but sometimes you have to do that.
Unfortunately, that's true. The scared straight, it's not just alcohol anymore. We also have drugs, prescription drugs, and kids don't understand what can happen. That's why we have conferences and we bring these speakers in whose lives have been affected by this. There's an All-American tennis player, Blake McMeans. He was already signed a college scholarship. He made the mistake of drinking, getting behind the wheel. He's now paralyzed from the waist down. So not only is his tennis career over, but he's not going to walk forever, and he has to live with that for the rest of his life.
Kim Bonata with the Governor's Highway Safety Office. And you guys have done so many different things, whether it's the nailed cars or doing programs at schools to really get in the face of these kids and try to get it behind in the front of their minds of what can happen.
Well, the message is the same. We just want to keep it fresh so we can keep it in front of them. We don't want it to get old. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job of it. Stephen Bargatze, who is a magician, who works with us through the right team, TSSAA, goes statewide to high schools and middle schools all throughout the year. So he gives his message for us, the booze it and lose it, the click it or ticket. So we are keeping it in front of them. And you're right, we don't want to scare them, but we want to make them aware that the decisions they make are going to impact them for the rest of their life, which can be shortened greatly if they make those mistakes and get behind the wheel.
And unfortunately, it's not a lot of times the person who's impaired that pays the price. It's that unsuspecting person who's just minding their own business.
That's true, and they don't think about that either, how the family is going to be affected and how they're going to have to live with the rest of their life that they have taken someone else's life. So it is very unfortunate. That's why I said, we're trying to be so proactive instead of reactive. And the kids are young. They don't really understand what's going on. So we're just trying to help them with that.
Only that, but the fact that they could lose their license, they could go to jail for a long time, and that can affect a lot of things that people have going on.
Yeah, and again, they don't understand that either. We're really working with the parents as well, because the parents have to set the example. We have to get the parents making sure the kids are doing what they're supposed to do. The kids get behind the wheel. They're not alone in the car. Other kids are in the car with them. And the car manufacturers have made technology incredible too, so they're adding DVD players so they can watch movies, they can talk to their friends, they can get on the phone. And, I mean, they're concentrating on everything else besides driving.
Kim Bonanno, Governor's Highway Safety Office, saw, I guess, your boss, Kendall Poole, walk across the baseline over there. He continues to do a fantastic job.
Yeah, he has. He really has.
Kendall Poole with the Governor's Highway Safety Office, his second regime now with Governor Phil Bredesen and now with Governor Haslam. And I like how you put it, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You guys are saving lives.
That's right, we are.
Kim, thanks for the time.
You're welcome.
All right, it's Kim Bonanno, Governor's Highway Safety Office, a proud supporter of these Blue Cross basketball championships. At the half, Memphis East trails Murfreesboro Blackman 31-23. Back with some halftime stats after these 2-minute messages on the TSSAA network.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee Public Television stations, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships.
Want to take a look at this?
Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the TSSAA network, go to TSSAAnetwork.com/SBP.
Back at the Murphy Center on the campus of MTSU, the NIT MTSU Blue Raiders, the Lady Raiders playing Vanderbilt. First round of the NCAA tournament. Postseason basketball all around this campus as the boys' quarterfinal game between Murfreesboro, Blackman, and East at halftime, 31-23. Blackman on top. Boy, Blackman has to feel pretty good about that half of basketball.
Hey, I would think so. They are close, are winning in just about every department. And the key that's on there that really, two things jump out at me is that Memphis East has not blocked a shot. That's not all that unusual. But Blackman has blocked 5. That's a big number. And secondly, Blackman has scored their starters from 2 to 9 points. Memphis East, you take King out of the equation, and they really are not shooting very well at all and have had a lot of trouble. So they're going to have to get something else going besides him. I don't believe they can win with just him.
31-23. It'll be East basketball to start the second half. King led the way with 11. Quindell Cousin had 9 to lead the way for Murfreesboro Blackman. With it at the free throw line, Morris lost the handle, knocked around, picked up by Anderson. Anderson gives right side, now underneath King. Good ball movement there, and they get an easy bucket. 31-25 now, a 6-point lead for Murfreesboro Blackman. Here's a steal on the inbounds, now taken right back by Thompson. Thompson across the timeline on the far side, guarded heavily out front there by Selman. Who starts the second half for Memphis East.
Looks like East is going to pick it up a little bit, man-to-man defense.
Left side, I'm sure they probably got a Nice chat in the locker room at halftime. Thompson drives in, shot up off the rim, no. Rebound tip, no good. Third chance, up and in. And board battle being won right now by Blackman. Smotherman with the bucket. Underneath, a wide open man, but a shot blocked from behind by 35 Sales.
I thought
wide
he might have
open
been
was the
fouled
freshman.
as well, but they didn't call it.
Lawson had an easy look. Missed it. It was blocked from behind. Bounce pass underneath Cousins. Shot no. Rebound put back though. It's good underneath by Smotherman again.
You can see how Smotherman rated high all over the district this year. He plays very well around the basket.
Anderson in the corner. 3 on the way is good from the baseline by number 23 Morris. That's the first 3 by Memphis East. They're now 1 of 7.
And answers this short Blackman run here.
Smotherman into front court, has it trapped out there. Bounce pass goes to McMiller. Deep left wing. He'll control the dribble out between the circles. Gives it left side to Sales. Penetrates in the lane. Spins. Shot is good, but a whistle and a travel. Got to move that pivot play.
Yeah, both officials, two of the 3 got it and whistled him while he was in the air before he ever shot.
6:10 to play, third quarter. 35-28 is your score. Here's Anderson against the zone. Bounce pass into the corner. 3 on the way is no good by Selman. Skying for the rebound is Sales for Blackman. Long pass down the floor. McMiller leads the break. Good bounce pass and a dunk by Cousins.
Well, that's an in-your-face dunk right there, wasn't it, Chris?
A great bounce pass to set it up. Alex Anderson, left side to Selman. Lob to Lawson on the baseline. Looks down low. Ball knocked away and stolen by Smotherman. Another steal. Here come the Blaze. McMiller drives, dumps off to Smotherman. Lefty shot, rimming, no. Rebound picked up by Lawson, the freshman. Here comes East. They have numbers. Selman drives in the lane, lost the handle and a foul call.
Whew. First foul of the. Good job, Chris. But first foul of the second half for either team.
First foul. We probably could have had about 4 or 5 fouls called, honestly, but they're letting them play.
Blackman lead is 9. Coming up on the 5-minute mark of quarter number 3 on the beautiful floor here at Middle Tennessee State University. And the Raiders are heading to UT, you know. We don't know when yet. Because
Monday night.
Is it Monday? Okay. They didn't know that earlier today. I couldn't find out. But at any rate, in the NIT, and beat Marshall here the other night by 7. Great ball game.
Free throw, no good. One more coming. It was good. Second free throw on the way is good. He made them both. 37-30. I was thinking about that Marshall game. Tommy Harry, the head coach at Marshall. I saw him at FedEx Forum a few times this year. He has a flair for the theatrics on the sideline. I think the MTSU fans got a chance to see that the other night.
You're right. He was all over the officials.
Here comes Blackman on the offensive, driving in. Smotherman layup, good. Lead back to 9 now for Murfreesboro. Blackman spinning in the lane. Anderson off balance shot, no. Block from behind. Here's Thompson on the drive. Lost the handle. He's fouled from behind. He's fouled from behind by Morris, and I think that's 3.
Smotherman now with 12 points is the Blackman leading scorer.
39-30. Morris checks out. Wilson back in for the Mustangs. 5:06 third quarter, 39-30. Ball comes into the corner to McMiller. McMiller over to Thompson, left wing. I'm really impressed with this kid, Darius Thompson. Lob back out front to McMiller. Dribbles in and a foul called on Alex Anderson.
Well, you can make that call anytime in this game.
Yeah, and that's the tough part on these players. And Anderson was a little bit dumbfounded by that call. He's thinking,
been doing that all game.
Yeah, be consistent. I think the players are okay with it. He goes into backcourt. McMiller gives for Thompson. Under 5 to play now in the third quarter. 39-30. Blackman by 9. Good fancy dribble by Thompson. Spins to the lane. Out front, McMiller. Drives in the lane. A little floater. No. Rebound picked up East. And a foul on McMiller. Little frustration foul there.
Yep, missed the shot. A lot of times players will foul after they miss. Or after they throw it away.
3 on McMiller, 2 on Blackman in the team department this half. 14 checking in. That's Rogan.
Rogan came in for Smotherman. And I don't know who came in for.
Cousin.
Cousin came back in with 3 fouls.
Lob down low. King spinning. Layup good. Reverse.
He is good around the basket.
6'7" junior, rated by most in the top 20 in that junior class in the country. 39-32. King has 15. 4:20. Bounce pass knocked away. Should have been a kick ball, I would think. On the floor, East calls timeout. That's Wilson. And it'll be, let's see if it's a 30 or if it's a full timeout. It is a 30-second. We'll keep it here. Coming up next, the final AAA game. Wilson Central from Lebanon. They're 26-6. They take on Science Hill out of Johnson City. They've had some good teams over the years at 34-2. Winner of this game gets the winner of that game in the state semifinals.
3:15 on Friday. And I understand the Blackman student section today, they did not let them out of school. If they had a note from the parents, I'm sure every single one of those notes was absolutely legitimate. They got a free T-shirt.
Surely not.
I'm sure that they were all legitimate. They got a free T-shirt and I assume a bus ride over here. So they're all here. There's a lot of orange up there. The Blackman orange is a little lighter than the UT orange, but
more like Clemson.
Yeah, that's good. You're right. But they have filled up 4 sections here on the end zone, the east end zone of this Murphy Center, otherwise known as the Glass House, Chris. And always good to see you here just about every year.
It's always fun. You get to see so many great people and create good relationships with people over the years. In the lane, Lawson, the freshman, spinning, contested shot. Count it! And the foul for the freshman. Well, that was a contested shot, but he got it to fall. And the lead is 5 now for Blackman, 39-34. Nick King just shoved Selman, saying, you go down there and get on the
rebound.
You're watching online, you see the 2 in the low post down there. Then you got little 5'8" Selman in between them. Free throw, good. He completes a 3-point play. Hasn't been 4 in a long time. The lead for Blackman, 39-35.
Largest lead, 11 or 15?
11.
13. It was 11. I think it got 11, maybe lost it, got it back, and it went to 7. Now it's 4.
In backcourt, they need some help. Sales threw it away. Here's Selman, dumps off for King. Layup good in transition. It's now a 2-point game. They need a timeout, you're right. And it is a timeout that's called by Murfreesboro Blackman. 39-37. Blackman by 2. We'll take a 1-minute break for our local stations on the TSSAA network. Out of the timeout, Blackman basketball. Full court press again being applied here by Memphis East. In backcourt, Darius Thompson. They need to get it across. They do now. McMiller on the right side. Dribbles top of the circle, between the circles. Out front now Thompson. Thompson back to McMiller. Bounce pass underneath Cousin. Layup. No, it was contested by the freshman Lawson. He comes away with it. He almost lost the handle. Now it gives for Wilson, and they'll bring it across now on the far side. That's Anderson. Over to Selman, underneath King. He slams it! And we're tied now at 39. That was great ball movement.
Both squads very unselfish, which probably is a clue as to how they got here.
Here's another steal by Selman. Drives the baseline. Layup, no. Rebound, East. Shot up and in by Morris. Or rather, Wilson. Wilson with the putback. And another timeout called by Blackman as the lead is gone. And now East leads it by 2, 41-39. The momentum all on the side of the Mustangs trying to get it back here.
And Barry had to use another timeout from the Blackman bench to stop the bleeding and get things reorganized here, as they have dominated this game, but they've led, I believe, just about all the way. I know they scored first, and I don't really remember them being behind until this moment. 41-39.
There's been no lead. This is the first lead change. And I don't know what the ties would be, but you're right. And Blackman still shooting 50%, 14 for 28. East at 38%. They put up 12 more shots, though.
The last 3 minutes, however, have been all Mustangs.
Thompson in backcourt to McMiller. McMiller in the front court on the left wing. Still lots of time in this game. 2:50 to play third quarter. Dribbling in. Sales dumps it off for Smotherman. Reverse layup attempt. No. But he is fouled. And heads to the free throw line to try and tie this game back up.
King is a good-natured young man, isn't he?
He is a great kid. Great student in the classroom as well. Well, the University of Memphis all over him, as well as most teams in the high majors in college basketball. First free throw good. It's a 1-point game. Second, good. 41-41 is your score. A little momentum back maybe on the side of Blackman here. Selman on the right side. Selman, lob, near side, almost threw it away as he tried to get to Anderson. Gives for the freshman, now back out to Selman. That was Lawson into the corner now. 3 on the way short. My King, rebound Blackman, may have forced that shot. Thompson in backcourt. Here comes the Blaze. Right side, 3 on the way. Too long. It's an air ball out of bounds off Cousin. The miss by Sales. And he was almost too open maybe for that shot.
It was. The air ball went over the goal.
Tied at 41. We approach the 2-minute mark here in this third quarter. A great ball game here at the Murphy Center.
And a great crowd here.
Wilson inside to King. Back to Wilson on the left wing.
Blackman's going to want to play all their games at 10 in the morning. That's going to be very inconvenient.
Breakfast in basketball. Right side 3. Anderson, no. Rebound Blackman. You know, so many kids play AAU ball and stuff. They're used to playing at any time of the day.
Right.
Thompson, right wing. Fancy dribble, top of the key. Skip pass, knocked away and stolen by King. King ahead to Anderson. Driving reverse layup, good. 43-41. East 3 games a lead by a deuce. In backcourt, a whistle and a travel called on McMiller. And I don't think Coach Wortman liked that call.
It has not been a good third quarter for Blackman.
They've been outscored 20-10 in this third quarter. Anderson out between the circles. They may run some clock here. The Blaze still in that 1-3-1, Jeff.
They'll stay in it if they can keep it close, but they're a good man-to-man team. That won't be a problem if they have to go man, but they probably will not do so unless they are behind 6-8 and it's late.
East content on running this clock down here in the third quarter, and Blackman is okay with him doing that, it appears. As out front, Matt Butler and Alex Anderson and Jalen Selman is taking turns holding the basketball here.
Butler, by the way, was averaging 16 a game, has only 4 points in 3 quarters here.
Credit Blackman for holding him in check.
King is ahead of his pace, really. He has 19.
35 seconds. East fans made the trek from Memphis. They're screaming and hollering. Blackman fans booing.
Well, yeah, they brought signs. The Memphis folks did.
On the right side, they wanted to get on our webcast. 15 seconds now. Left side, Alex Anderson as we approach 10. Now at 10. Right side, Selman. He wasn't expecting the pass. Almost lost it. Dribbles in, out to Anderson. Anderson travel. And that gives it back to Blackman with 5 seconds. Couple of subs checking in. They're going to get 14 Rogan back in. And 12 Dowdy. You had time to get a good shot here.
Normally this would be Thompson. Now we'll see.
Thompson to throw it in. Comes in to Sales, top of the key, 3 seconds. Back to Thompson, good look for 3. No. And that'll do it for 3/4 of play. East outscores Blackman 20-10 in the third quarter. And they lead it 43-41 at the end of 3/4. We'll take the 1-minute timeout. Be back on the TSSAA network.
Hey, want to take a look at this?
Thanks to Blue Cross's Walking Works for Schools program, Tennessee kids have walked over 17 million miles in the past 5 years. That's enough for 35 trips to the moon and back. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee. Committed to getting kids walking and healthy. Get involved at bcbst.com/impact.
Take me home tonight.
You can choose the back seat, or we'll choose one for you.
Ready to start up the fourth quarter.
Well, the official turned around to me and he said, "Let's go." Well, I'm not in charge.
43-41. Blackman with the basketball, trailing Memphis East by 2 as we start the fourth stanza.
I submit to you, Chris, if you'd asked Barry Wortman before the ball game, would he take trailing by 2 going into the fourth quarter? He would have said yes. What do you think?
They're in this ball game. I think there's no doubt about that. East knocks the ball out of bounds out of Thompson's hand, and looks like they're going to slow things down a bit here. With 7:39 to play in the fourth quarter. Thompson to throw it in.
Thompson, however, has the same 6 points that he had at half.
Been held in check. McMiller comes to get it out at center circle. 30 seconds into this fourth quarter. McMiller asks for help from Sales. They trap him. Finds a lane. Pass underneath and a slam by Cousin.
Cousin admit that, didn't he?
He brought down the rim there.
Here, take this.
Send it in, big fella. Helmet right side against this zone. Bounce pass, free throw line. 15-foot jumper is good by the freshman Lawson. He's going to be a good player. 45-43, Memphis East in that 2-1-2 backcourt pressure. In backcourt, needing some help. McMiller, he threw it away. Odd look, you don't see many 2-1-2 full court presses.
No, you don't. That's 16 turnovers, by the way. The number for Blackman has ballooned here in the second half.
East has turned it over 7 times. At halftime, the turnover total was just 6. Only 1 turnover in the second half for East.
And 7 is a really good number. 10 or less for state tournament play.
Lawson spins outside for Butler. Pump fakes. Long 2 on the way. Side rim, no. Rebound is by East and a foul called against the Blaze. A rebounding battle right now. Taking a look at it. Right now being won actually by Blackman, 24-22. Anderson to the free throw line, shooting a couple here. Anderson averaging 5 assists a game, 11 points. Headed to Jacksonville State. Free throw, in and out, no good. Jacksonville State is in the Atlantic Sun.
I believe that's correct. Yes. Good. They'll look up one morning and there will be Belmont.
Yep. Free throw is good. A 3-point lead now for Memphis East, 46-43. They do put on the full court pressure. Smotherman in backcourt. Gives it over to Sales. Sales still in backcourt to Thompson. They'll bring it across the timeline to Dowdy. Dowdy drives in, hands it off, and Cousin lays it up and in. Excellent job breaking that press.
Cousins has 13.
King outside Anderson. Over to Selman on the left wing. Selman back over to Anderson. Spots up, long two, rattles it home. It's back to a 3-point lead for the Mustangs, 48-45. Against the full court pressure. There's a steal by Selman. Lefty layup, good.
They denied Thompson, and not only did they deny it, the pass came back to him. They stole it.
50-45 is your score. Thompson in backcourt. Thompson looking for some help. They get it to Dowdy. Dowdy across the midcourt stripe. Dribbles towards the right side. 5:30 to play here in this fourth quarter. Thompson back to Dowdy. He drives the baseline. Had it stripped. Knocked away and stolen. Now ball back to the floor. Dowdy gets it back to Thompson. Need to reset here. They do. Thompson dribbles left wing. Here comes the trap. Dumps it to Dowdy. Dowdy bounce pass underneath the Cousin. He's hit in the air. Got it back. Puts it up and in. Rather, that was Sales. That was a scary play there. And we've got an injured player for Blackman.
Smotherman. He almost got off the floor and then just couldn't quite make it after the basket.
Looks like a hand or a wrist, maybe.
Well, he was holding his stomach, so I don't know. He's trying to get to his feet. Has done so. Now makes it to a chair.
That was a scary incident. Both teams in the air, and a whistle and a timeout called, or a official's timeout call here. We'll check on Smotherman over there. That was a scary play.
He went up for the shot. I don't think he was fouled, but I'm sure somebody would disagree with me. But anyway, they blocked the shot, knocked it back. He fell down, but Cousins picked it up and scored.
50-47, Memphis East by 3 with the ball. Butler has it. Out front, Anderson gives it to the right side. A reset with Selman over there on the far right wing. Under 5 to play, fourth quarter. On the left wing, Anderson at the free throw line to Lawson. Dribbles in, shot no, tip no, third chance and a foul. And heading to the free throw line will be the junior, Nick King, who has 19 points in the game. Foul charge to number 1, Cousin, his second, team's 5th. I like Cousin, he's a good player.
Had a great year.
If he was a few inches taller, he would be playing major D1 college basketball.
And his year got better after Christmas too. He did a really solid job for Blackman.
Left-hander King knocks down the first free throw. He'll have another. Eyes it. Shot it. Missed it. Rebound picked up by Blackman. They have the ball down 4 here with 4.5 to play in this fourth quarter. Darius Thompson in the front court gives for Sales. Sales gets a screen back to the top of the circle. Sales with the dribble. Guarded out front by Anderson. Dribbles left to the baseline. Stops. Shot up and in. It's a 2-point game now. 51-49. Bounce pass into front court. Comes to Alex Anderson. Skip far side. They look down low for King. Goes to the rim. Shot up and in. Contested.
Sales now with 12 and King now with 22 has surpassed his average.
53-49. East answers with a bucket. Past the midway portion of this fourth quarter now. In the front court comes Sales on the right side. Sales picks up the dribble. Looks up top for Thompson. He has a window. Works it out to Dowdy. Dowdy dribbles in. Floater on the way. Up and in!
Oh, that's a serious play right there.
That was pretty. 53-51. Memphis East with the ball up 2. Right side goes into the corner. Butler step in. Long 2 or a medium range jumper from the baseline is good. Butler was 6, well below his average. Here comes Blackman. They're just trading buckets right now. Here's Dowdy. Thought about the long two. Outside Thompson. He'll take a three. Yes!
Thompson with 9 now, and the 2 of 5 from 3-point range.
55-54.
Blackman called immediate timeout when the ball went through the hole. They're within 1 with 3 minutes, and we're getting down to that time of the game, Chris, where, free throws, and you have to foul, or you don't have to foul, and that kind of thing. And 3 minutes and a turnover here by either squad could be devastating. We're at that time here, a game that anybody can win. It reminds you one other thing, too, and that is that Blackman has been good in these kind of situations, and they've also been lucky in this kind of situation all year.
They've been in a lot of, especially in the tournaments.
Yes. And they're not going to press. Blackman has fouled 5 times, East only 3. So Blackman has got to foul twice before they can get the 1-and-1, and they're going to trap. Well, they would have, but they didn't get a chance to.
Anderson to Butler. As Butler gets it back now from Lawson, top of the key to Anderson. Lobs for King on the baseline. Out front, back to Anderson. Looks at the free throw line. Morris underneath. Lawson had his shot blocked from behind.
They got what they wanted.
Blackman comes away with it. Sales needs some help. Smotherman brings it across the timeline. Lost his footing in a travel call. Thought it might be a foul on Lawson, but they called a travel. Wow. We had a front row seat for that, and that probably should have been a foul. They got their feet tangled.
I thought they were looking for King on this end on offense with 2.5 minutes left, and I think maybe this time they will go only to him. We will see.
55-54. Memphis East by 1 here. 2:28 to play in regulation. Lawson at the free throw line. Dribbles in. Shot rimming around. No. Battle for the rebound. It's controlled by Blackman's cousin. In the corner, and a whistle and a timeout taken by Blackman. And they'll have 1 remaining now. I think this will have to be a full. It is. So 2:17 to play. 55-54 Memphis East. We'll take the timeout. 1 minute for our local stations on the TSSAA network. Alongside Jeff Jordan, Chris Harris with you. It's a pleasure to do this game with you.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Principal Gail Vick from Blackman High School on her feet, so clapping in her new T-shirt. So this game is over. Blackman will win.
Buckle your seatbelt as we come to the home stretch. 2:05 to play. Blackman with the ball down 55-54.
15 usually takes it to the goal and shoots pull-ups in this kind of situation, Chris.
Thompson spins to the free throw line, looks into the corner, 3 on the way, air ball. Rebound Nick King and East. That was an air ball by McMiller.
That hurt.
Anderson looks down low underneath for Morris. Lost the handle. He looks for help. Needs some help. And a timeout taken by Memphis East. A wise timeout over there. It'll be another full timeout. Let's use this time to get you ready for the rest of the day today. A full day of basketball. Coming up next, it'll be the last AAA quarterfinal. Wilson Central and Science Hill. Then we turn it over to Class Single A action. We'll wrap up this quarterfinal round. The first one will be a dandy. Booker T. Washington out of Memphis will take on Lake County. A couple of West Tennessee teams hooking up. And it'll be Kirk Haston, the former Indiana Hoosiers, Perry County Vikings against Wartburg Central.
I get to work that game, and Perry County probably has more history in this tournament than they're the old Linden, and it'd be great to see them play.
Kirk Haston was here back in the mid-90s and won a state championship. Went on to play for the General Bobby Knight at Indiana. Short NBA career as well. McEwen and Cloudland at 5 p.m. And then we wrap up the day with Grace Baptist. They've had some nice runs. They'll take on Friendship Christian at 6:45 today. So lots of great basketball. If you have a chance, come out and watch some of these games. Some really good players, good teams, and great atmosphere as well here at the Murphy Center.
Minute 42 left, 55-54 is your score. East basketball. Neither team in the 1-1.
Throwing it in will be the freshman Lawson. Looks, lobs for King down low. King trying to clear everybody out as he backs it back up top now. Asks for help from Alex Anderson. Minute 35 to play in regulation. This game's going to go down to the wire. Anderson at center circle. He's 45 feet away from the basket. Asks for a screen from Lawson. Gets it. Bounce pass goes down low to Morris. He lost the handle. Got it back. Free throw line for Lawson. Looks down low for King, who's posted. Lost the handle. He's fouled from behind as the trap came from Smotherman and Cousin.
And it will be out of bounds. It was not a shooting foul. That's team foul number 6. The next one will be the shooting foul. And they went to King, and they'll do so again. I don't think anybody else is going to shoot. Could be wrong.
Cousin committed his third. Comes into Matthew Butler. He might be the other choice, if not King. Out to Anderson, the senior. Over to the freshman now. Lawson for the free throw line. King kicks it back out for Anderson. He looked like he tried to shoot it. Lost the handle. Decided to kick it back outside. 1 minute to play in regulation. 55-54. Memphis East by 1 with the basketball. Lawson to Butler on the left wing. Butler dribbles baseline around a screen. Shot blocked by Smotherman, but they're going to call a foul. Butler to the line.
He really blocked it too well, didn't he? I mean, he just kept on. He had his hand on top of the ball, and he swatted it and just kept on coming through and hit him on the shoulder.
That would have been the 10th block for Blackman in the game. Free throw by Butler. Good.
Butler, the second leading scorer for both teams, as a matter of fact, in the game, talking about for the season now. But with his average of 16, but that was only his 7th point.
48 seconds to go in regulation. One more for Butler here.
Smotherman has come out. Dowdy's come in because Dowdy shoots the ball better from outside.
If he misses it, you'll hear a roar. He made it. 57-54. 3-point lead for Memphis East. Thompson triggers it in for Dowdy. Full court press being put on by East here. There's a trap. Thompson still in backcourt. Back to Dowdy. Dowdy finally across the timeline with numbers. Dribbles into the corner. Bounce pass underneath Cousins. Shot good. Count it! And the foul!
Boy, Cousin is 8 of 12 from the floor, which is 67%. 1 for 1 from the line. He's going to the line now, and he has 17 points. He has played terrific, and, of course, he got a great pass from Dowdy.
Smotherman back in for Dowdy, and what a free throw this is coming up.
That was the 12th assist, by the way, for Blackman. East has only 5.
Cousin only a 45% free throw shooter. Missed it. Rebound, Memphis East. They have the ball with 30 seconds left, up by 1, and a foul called. And now we're at the bonus, and Matthew Butler, who had just made 2, will go back to the line for the Mustangs. Butler, the 6'3" junior guard. Once again, they sub in Dowdy, a 3-point specialist. 29 seconds on the clock. If you hear a roar, you'll know he missed it. missed it. Rebound by Blackman, 25 seconds. Here's Thompson. Skip pass, goes far side. Free throw line to Sales.
Timeout.
18 seconds remaining. Blackman down by 1. And a timeout taken here by Coach Barry Wortman and the Blaze. Boy, I tell you what. It doesn't get any better than this.
No, it doesn't. A 1 point East lead with 18 seconds. And you really, if you're East, you don't know who to guard here. You really don't. It depends on what Barry wants to do. Blackman, if he wants to go for the win, then it's clearly Thompson. If not, and I don't think it is, he could go underneath. All he needs is a 2 to take a lead. He could get fouled, right? And he's hoping for that. So it could be anything. So you don't really know what to do now. If they were 3 down, it would clearly be Thompson time for the tie. And that could happen. If Blackman doesn't score here, they're going to have to foul immediately. And then if they hit both of them, then it'll be a 3 from Thompson to close out this game or send it to overtime. That would be my guess.
If you're a Blackman or Memphis East fan in this arena, you're standing. A lot of the neutral onlookers are standing as well.
You think TSSAA is neutral, looking at this 1,500 Blackman fans?
Yeah. They have brought a bunch of people here this morning, and they fed off their big crowd. 18 seconds to play. Thompson to throw it inside court right in front of us. Thompson comes into McMiller. McMiller with the basketball at 15. McMiller dribbles right wing. Looks out for Thompson at 10.
Not a 1-and-1 now, you know.
Top of the key. Thompson lost the handle at 5. Shot. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Goes to the floor. East has it. And that'll do it. Memphis East survives. And really not a good look there for Murfreesboro Blackman.
No, and good defense from East forced them to take something with maybe 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds left. And it was not a good shot. Turnaround jumper and a twisting turnaround jumper, if you will. And it didn't go. And it's 57-56. And East wins again and could pick up their 6th title on Saturday, or maybe not.
What a game. You couldn't ask for a better contest than that. What a season by Blackman. Their first trip here, they finished 26-4. Listen to the ovation as they come off the floor after a brilliant ball game played by both teams. Memphis East survives. That's what they did, was survive.
Yes, that's right.
This ball game. They'll move on to the state semifinals on Friday to await the winner of our next game, Wilson Central and Science Hill. We'll come back. We'll take a look at some stats and wrap this one up after this 2-minute timeout on the TSSAA network.
The 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships are brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, proud corporate sponsor of the TSSAA, and by the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who reminds you don't drink and drive, and by your local Tennessee Public Television station, proud host of the 2012 Blue Cross Basketball Championships.
I see history.
I see numbers.
I see music. I see spaceships. I see a butterfly.
Each year, the School Advocates for Vision and Education in Memphis makes it possible for hundreds of school children to get the glasses they need, all for free.
I see my future.
So whatever they see better. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee supports them. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee.
I see you.
See how Blue Cross is impacting your community at bcbst.com/impact. Because you can see forever from Signal Mountain. And with the right vision plan, you can see a whole lot more. Because 5 kids in Jackson means 40 bicuspids at the dentist. Because of a mobile site that helps you find a doctor. Because of small towns, big businesses, and partnering together for affordable solutions in health and wellness. Every policy tells a story. You carry us because we carry you. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Health, wellness, dental, vision.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the TSSAA network, go to TSSAA network.com/SBP.